Let's go find some.
Oh, yeah.
One day after inviting area archaeologist Laird Niven to join the Oak Island team.
So this is the hot spot over here, huh, Gary?
Further down the hill, yeah.
Brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, along with metal detection expert Gary Drayton, head to Lot 24.
Wow.
Where last year, the team found a number of potentially significant artifacts related to Samuel Ball.
I think this is the sweet spot, this area, because there's been so many coins and other interesting stuff coming out of here.
Right.
I think if you guys could move these tree trunks, what would you use, like a backhoe?
I'm not using this.
Oh, no, definitely not. When those stumps come out, we're going to be able to detect places that's never been detected underneath the stumps.
Exactly.
And hopefully there'll be some more stuff that helps identify
Right.
the site.
All right, well, let's do it then. Up with the roots.
Yep.
Okay.
The 3030 metal detector, it's an extension of Gary's arm and his brain. That's how good he is.
That's a really good sound. We might have to take a spade full out of it.
It is very impactful that we must search exhaustively and we mustn't give up.
I should be able to reach it now. Get it out. Come on, baby. Be something good. Woo! Look at this. That's sweet.
What is that?
I would imagine it's a spoon bowl. And that's exactly what it is.
Oh, look at that cute little
That's
thing.
a little beauty. Look at that. That's an oldie as well, isn't it, Laird?
How old, Laird, do you think?
18th century, yeah.
18th century?
Yeah.
That's a little beauty, that is, isn't it? It's probably copper.
That is really cool.
That is a sweet find. And first tree.
Yeah.
Every piece Gary finds are all important clues. We're trying to puzzle together this story, and we're hopeful that some of these artifacts will give us a lot of information as to its relevance to Oak Island, the mystery. If we get a much greater understanding of what happened here, that's what we're looking for, answers.
Something definitely happened at this spot right here.
Oh, without doubt.
All right, let's call it a day, guys.
Ooh, this is worth digging, guys.
What is it?
Oh, that is a beauty.
On Lot 12, near the middle of the island, metal detection expert Gary Drayton, along with Charles Barkhouse and Jack Begley, have just made a potentially important find.
That's like a decorative hinge. I found some beautiful ones that were off chests on Spanish shipwreck sites. I would say this is very old.
A decorative hinge from a chest?
Oh, look at this. Check this thing out.
Could it be connected to one of the 3 missing chests that once belonged to the pirate, Captain James Anderson? And if so, could there be a connection to the skeleton key found by Fred Nolan?
Back in the old days, you don't take your money and put it in a bank. People kept it on their property. They put it in a tin can, they put it in a chest or somewhere, and they buried it on their property.
Let's see if there's any more. It's amazing. I'm still hearing little pieces of iron. No, chirpy little iron signal.
You don't want to go for it?
No.
There's something. What is that?
Wow.
It's got a nail in it or something. It's got a...
You know what that is? You better look
That's
at
a
it.
strap of some sort.
No, it's a hinge.
That is a hinge. That's another hinge.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Wow.
Yeah, these are the type of hinges that come off chests or boxes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Save the best till last.
Yeah.
Another hinge, possibly belonging to a chest? Could these hinges be evidence that this centuries-old dump site was used not only during the construction of the original money pit, but also as a place where treasure was deposited long ago? If so, what else might this so-called dump contain?
Here's some pottery.
Yeah.
There's a pottery.
Yeah.
Tiny little pottery shed.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
well,
Has he danced yet?
Not yet.
No dancing yet. I mean, we've really hammered this area.
it sure looks like it.
Yeah. And I'm pretty positive this is the site of the dump.
All right. Well, that's good. Let's, you have a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of nice finds that came out the end there.
What are they?
Hinges.
Oh, yeah.
And I found decorative hinges like this off boxes or chests.
I mean, for me, the Nolan property is a mystery within a mystery. I don't know what Fred came to know, but there are answers there. There's no question about that. Who knows what may be excavated out of that? Who knows how many more items of interest may surface?
That could be the missing chest.
Yeah.
So this is a really good first step in terms of cooperating with Tom. I think that, you know, we find the limits of this dump.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we go forward with cooperating with Tom, again, this is the first step. I think it's a positive first step.
It's a success. We were looking for an old dump, and we found an old dump.
Yep.
Good job, guys. Carry on.
Rick Lagina, along with metal detection expert Gary Drayton,
Look at all these flags.
Sea of flags, mate.
have arrived at Lot 25 in the hopes that critical new clues and evidence of valuables can be found on the property that once belonged to former 18th century American slave turned wealthy Oak Island landowner Samuel Ball.
Lot 25, mate. Laird was good enough to let us come in here to metal detect around this Samuel Ball foundation.
Yep.
Although he was known as a simple cabbage farmer from 1786, when he bought his first lot on Oak Island, until his death in 1846, Samuel Ball would mysteriously become one of the richest men in the entire province, ultimately owning 9 lots on Oak Island, as well as several more on the mainland. This has led many to speculate that perhaps he found at least a portion of the legendary treasure. Until recently, this area was completely off limits to Rick, Marty, Craig, and the team. However, with the help of archaeologist Laird Niven, they are now legally permitted to conduct supervised surface investigations while Laird and his team carefully excavate the foundation and surrounding area.
But as you can see, there's a sea of flags here.
The grid work.
Yeah, the grid work. And what I've been doing is flagging all the non-ferrous targets I can get.
Right.
And, well, we'll see what's here, mate.
Okay. Let's go see what we can find. I have high hopes for the day.
Yeah, so do I, mate. There's no mistaking my pink flags. I think there's 8 or 9 in this area. There is some interesting hits here for sure. All of these are good two-way repeatables. And it's just there, mate.
What do you think?
All I know is more than likely it's not iron, and it should be something good. Because, I mean, Samuel Ball was here a long time ago, and no one's ever lived here since the early 1800s. Okay, see if you've moved it. Still a good two-way repeatable. Oh, it's in my hand. Look at that! Oh, it's a bit of lead. Always a great sign. I think that is not too far off the size of a musket ball. So this could possibly be, it's either a lead splash or a musket ball. When I say a lead splash, that is the remains of musket ball molding. And I'm sure Samuel Ball made his own musket balls. But that's a great sign whenever you find old lead on an old site.
Good news is that It's a good start, right?
Yeah.
One flag, one find.
Yep, exactly.
You're gonna have to
Yep.
mark what we found.
Okay.
Every find on lot 25 certainly can be partially attributed to Samuel Ball and his life that he created for himself on lot 25.
All right. Next one's over here.
The man is an enigma. He's a mystery. And slowly but surely, we're pulling back the veil on his life and what he accomplished and what he did and maybe what he learned about the Oak Island mystery.
That sounds very, very good. If I was guessing what this was, I'd say that is your typical coin or button signal. Right there, mate. Coin or a button on this one, Rick?
Okay. Pretty high bar there.
Hey, we're metal detecting in a very old area. Yep, got it out.
Sure sounds good.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh.
Oh. I do not know at the moment. It looks like, I know, it's thick, but it kind of reminds me of the back of a pocket watch.
Part of a pocket watch? Found on the property of Samuel Ball? Could it have been something he bought with the wealth that he mysteriously came to possess? Or could it have been part of a valuable discovery that he made while living here?
That is a steep curve, but it looks like there would have been an hole there and an hole there, so I am unsure on this one. I've no idea. I know it's fragile.
I know what it is. It's a top pocket find.
It really is a top pocket find, mate. We found it, and we'll bag it and tag it. That's the safest place for it. On to the next.
Hopefully this one is just as productive.
Hey, Aaron, do you want to come check this out?
In the uplands, near the northeastern border of the Oak Island Swamp, archaeologists Miriam Emerald and Dr. Aaron Taylor continue to search for more evidence that might tell them which direction the mysterious stone pathway is heading.
Ooh, what do you got?
Look what I just found.
Oh, nice. Hand painted.
I haven't seen colors like that.
Yeah.
Blue, pink, and green.
Wow.
Hand-painted pottery, discovered near the pathway in the uplands? Was it left behind by someone after the discovery of the money pit in 1795? Or is it evidence of much earlier human activity on Oak Island?
It's almost like a base of maybe
A teacup or something, or a bowl? Do you see that base?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Rick.
Hi.
Hey.
Miriam just had
Look what I just found.
an interesting find.
Oh. In the black or in
Yeah. There you go.
What do you make of
That's
it?
hand painted.
Hand painted. Isn't it pretty?
It's very pretty. The thing about doing the archaeological work with Aaron and Miriam is that you learn to pay attention. You learn that the most insignificant find might be highly revealing. This is what archaeology is about. Finding artifacts, studying them, dating them, and then weaving them into an understanding, a story, if you will, of what happened. This is certainly quite unique.
What the ceramics do tell us is that this was exposed when those ceramics came down on it.
Right. But right now, question is, does this connect to the road? I mean, is it believable to think that this is all man-made?
Well, we know parts of it are definitely man-made. In here, it's definitely man-made.
Right.
I think it's stronger that it moves up land at some point. And the road connects to there. It's coming along here, stops, and turns up here. And that's why I want to see if Billy's available to take another bucket width back to see if this is something.
So for right now, I'll talk to Billy about digging this and digging that.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick.
great.
All right.
Thank you.
Good find, Miriam.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Aaron and Miriam have decided that they're going to take basically a leap of faith. This road has to go somewhere, and there are significant clues that have led them to believe that the road has turned upland, and thus they've chosen to open up some test pits around the stone path. The hope is that we can follow it in some way, shape, or form.
Billy, if you would be able to pull back this area, then maybe we can see if the road's coming up there. Okay. That's the perfect depth, Billy. That's great, Billy. That's perfect. I think this is good for now. Thank you. Okay. So we can get in here with our shovels and trowels.
If maybe just we can get that little blob out of there.
I'll get that with a shovel.
Yep.
What's that? Did you see this? There's stone here.
Wow.
I'd say that's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Evidence of more cobblestones? Could Dr. Aaron Taylor's intuition have paid off with the discovery of another section of the stone pathway, leading further into the uplands, away from the swamp? If so, just where is it leading? And what will the team find when they reach its end?
The stones are here, and then they stop.
I'm thinking that's telling me the road's probably stopping here and coming up this way.
The path appears to have turned to the upland at this point, and all the treasure-associated thoughts around Oak Island are, of course, based in the money pit. Well, we're certainly headed in that direction, and so I have every reason to hope that we're following the right path.
This is our chance to shine, Rick. Plot 5.
Yep.
Rick Lagina and metal detection expert Gary Drayton arrive on Lot 5 to look for more clues that might reveal who built the mysterious stone structures located in this area and why.
I've gone over all this stuff, and I've got a lot of flags. I've got a dozen flags in this area. All of these spoils came from the bottom of that hole, so it should be the deepest finds.
They are starting their search in the spoils that have recently been removed from a circular depression, a feature where they have found artifacts dating between the 17th and mid-18th centuries.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm in agreement, mate. Pretty good.
After detecting and flagging a number of potential targets earlier today, Gary and Rick have now received permission from archaeologist Laird Niven to dig them up.
It's out. Come on, let's be something good.
Right there.
Nope. It's in my hand, which means it's small. Yeah. It's that. A lead shot.
Small caliber, too.
Yeah. It's an oldie.
Very cool.
Get the lead tested. I'd say it's period for the lot. All the finds we're finding are going way back to the early 1700s. Could be anywhere in the 1700s. Or even a little bit older. It could be military.
A lead shot found in the spoils removed from the circular feature on Lot 5 and possibly dating back to the 1700s? If so, could it be another clue potentially related to the Duc d'Anville's ship's log, which detailed a French naval mission to hide treasure on an island in this area back in 1746?
Right, let's find some more.
Okay.
That could go either way.
There, that was broken up.
Sounding good. That was it.
A shell casing.
Is it? No, it is not a shell casing, mate. That is an unusual find.
Yeah, what is that?
Look at that, mate. I don't know. You know, the archaeologists are over there. Should we call Ellen over?
Sure.
Ellen, check this out.
Hey, Gary, you guys have found something?
Yeah, look at
What
this.
do you make of that?
Oh, look at that.
Hopefully,
What is
you have an idea of what it is.
What is that?
I would say it's like, you know, gun-related.
Yeah,
It almost looks like a sight.
but it's really, really special looking, and I'm glad you went to gun because I was thinking
Yeah.
old guns.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that looks like a gun sight, right?
Could be,
Yeah, that's nice.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your input, Ellen.
Yep.
Okay.
We have found items that we believe have some military context. This may be another of them. Again, this speaks to an enterprise here could possibly have been conducted by the Duc d'Anville expedition. The good news is they can be tested.
How about taking this lot back to the lab? I'm really, really curious. That copper barrel-shaped artifact, that's special.
Let's add that to the database and keep going.
Okay, mate, back to the lab.
Later that afternoon, in the interpretive center,
What do we have today?
This artifact came off Lot 5, not too far off the round feature, maybe gun-related.
Rick Lagina, Craig Tester, and other members of the team meet with archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan to get their analysis of the artifact found 1 day ago on Lot 5.
So it's a ramrod guide for a musket. This would be in there, and the ramrod would come through the front tube. This would be the center tube, and it would be held in with the third one.
The smoothbore long gun, known as a musket, was invented in Europe near the beginning of the 16th century. A feature known as a ramrod guide was designed for aiding the operator in the loading of lead or stone projectiles into the muzzle of the musket.
And what type of musket, mate? That's the million-dollar question.
Exactly.
If it's a musket, that would make it pretty old then.
Yeah.
Anywhere from 1600s to 1800s.
Yeah.
But you gotta love that patina, man.
Yeah.
That tells you it's
Yeah.
really old.
The only strange thing is that there's a little tiny hole here, which I haven't seen in others.
It seems fancy.
But it'd be nice to know French, British,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, some nationality to that.
Do you want to see the CT image?
Sure.
Earlier this morning, Emma processed the artifact using the SkyScan 1273 CT scanner. By emitting non-destructive X-ray radiation, the device can penetrate built-up corrosion on objects, revealing clear 3D images of them along with their finer details.
So it's just loading.
The little hole just turned big.
Yeah.
That's a clean scan.
Yeah.
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 But you see on the top, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like there's Roman numerals.
Yeah. Can we get those crazy Roman numerals in the U-shaped structure?
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is that could be, it could be a regiment, I guess. It's an odd thing to mark.
Yeah.
Those look like a V1111, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we saw that in Smith's Cove
Right.
on the U-shaped structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early 1970s, Rick, Marty, and Craig's late partner, Dan Blankenship, built an earthen cofferdam that surrounded Smith's Cove on the eastern end of Oak Island in order to drain the area and look for evidence of the legendary flood tunnel system that acted as a booby trap for the original money pit. Dan was amazed to uncover a 65-foot-long U-shaped wooden structure that featured Roman numerals and which he believed was constructed as a surrounding barrier for the flood system.
There's probably a ramrod waiting for us somewhere in that area.
Is it possible that the U-shaped structure, along with the other features and artifacts that have been found on Lot 5, may be connected to a 1746 ship's log, which detailed how treasure was securely buried in a deep pit on a wooded island?
Finding the Roman numerals carved on that little bit of ramrod guide, it brought back memories of certainly the U-shaped structure. We've never found Roman numerals before on any other artifact to date, and to have them found here, I think the two are strongly connected.
Absolutely fantastic. This has given us hope that there's more finds on Lot 5. I say we give it another shot. I want to find the rest of it.
I'm in.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Laird.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Laird.